All right, just gonna start this one off here. Be more of a shop project update kind of video, so not as fun as the other ones, but also want to say thanks to all the new subscribers we've gotten and all the people commenting. Really enjoy talking with you guys and getting back as much as I can with most of the comments. So yeah, keep it up. It's really a lot of fun. So probably get into showing you guys the 55 gasser, show it leaving, and as well as showing a couple other projects we got going on. So which you'll probably see some, a little bit of updates on the Corvette, the Mustang we got in, and talk a little bit about these as well. The quarter well on the driver's side is all finished up. I just went ahead and knocked it out because, like I had mentioned, since this car kind of has to leave now, unfortunately, I just wanted to get it knocked out, so I figured I'd show you guys a quick finished result on this side. So there it is. So turned out pretty good. And then Graydon's on this side over here, and he actually got that whole lower replaced, and now we're working on making the filler pieces like we did on the other side, and then we'll be ready to cut and flange this side and start welding it in tomorrow. So just want to give you an update on what he's doing since it's all mocked up and getting really close. So tomorrow should be showing you a finished result on this side, and then we'll be ready to get all the pieces together and load this old girl up and take her out. All right, what is going on? So I know I mentioned at the beginning of the last video, which I believe was all the wheel arch stuff on the gasser, and I had kind of mentioned we are now done on that car. So right now, everything's cleaned up and prepped. And as you can tell, we got all of his parts inside the car and in the trunk. And we're back pretty heavy on the Plymouth truck. So as you can tell, it's kind of hard to see, but we started wet sanding and buffing this fender. So we're ready to do all the fenders and start tying up the last odds and ends on this. So you'll probably start seeing some videos on this, as well as, let's go over here real quick. As well as the 54 Corvette. And I'll go ahead and probably toss a clip in here of us grabbing the original hardtop for it out of the shed. But as for right now, I'm going to get the gasser pushed up here under the lift. So when we get the trailer up here, it's ready to go. Okay, got her pushed up, and that's one of the beauties of having a lift in a shop that's set up like ours, which is longer than it is wide. We can raise them up and get another car underneath them. So sad to see this car go. We want to build it, but at the end of the day, we got to keep business in here, and I wish we could build these things for free. But hey, when he gets some more money in, hopefully we'll get to finish it up. That'd be pretty neat. And there's this side done as well. I can't remember if I inserted that clip in the other video or not. But yeah, so as of right now, like I said, you'll start to see some content on the truck as well as the Corvette. And there's the Corvette chassis over there. So you're going to see some shop rearranging as well. We're getting this place organized and cleaned up and a little easier for us to work. So not sure what is going to come after this clip, but see what we get into. All right, guys, we're getting in the shed for the, believe it or not, original hardtop for a 54 Corvette. So that'll be going on the car we're doing. What is up? Happy Monday. We left off showing you guys we pushed the gasser out, and it is unfortunately gone, which sucks because that was kind of our favorite build in here right now, but we got a lot of cool stuff going. So just this morning we went and got the Mustang, which if you've watched some of our prior videos, I've mentioned this in the past. So here it is. Pretty solid little car. If you go back and watch one of the other videos, Graydon got these all ready for wet sand and paint. So just need one wet sand and 400. and they will be ready for paint. The body is pretty dang nice. Really solid little car. The owner's done some work on it already, getting the front end all painted and undercoated and stuff like that. And obviously these are all ready for wet sand and paint as well. Yeah, it's a real nice little car. A couple little dings on the quarter panels that we need to address, but overall, it's a real solid start. Real nice car, new pans and stuff like that. So you'll see more on this car in some upcoming videos, but just want to go ahead and get you updated that we got it. And this ought to be a pretty neat car to see progression on because it's so nice starting out. A lot of our work isn't consumed with metal fab and a whole crazy ton of body work, so this one will be neat. The car has been wet sanded, it's ready for paint. He's getting the centerpiece here wet sanded down. Top of the dash is done, it's just got some wet sand on it, but lower dash has been wet sanded and it's ready for paint, which we just went and got today. So I'm assuming he probably will either set up a time lapse of him doing it, or we'll just film it after he paints it because it's about ready for paint. So, and yeah, sorry, there's a lot of babbling right now, kind of showing you what we got going on since we had to completely rearrange everything. And I'll probably give an update on that car at some point, but it's not important right now. But anyway, as far as the truck goes, we got these fenders all buffed out. So they turned out pretty awesome. They're a little dusty from sitting in here for a couple days. Got some finger smudges on them because we've been messing with the front end and stuff like that. But they turned out really, really nice. So pretty stoked on them. He didn't want to get crazy with it because he didn't want this truck perfect. And we're used to making everything, you know, cutting everything and making it super, super perfect. But he didn't want it like that since he wanted to look more period correct. So that's what we did. And I'm going through right now and getting some of the front end stuff tied up and tightening it up and making sure fuel lines are tight because I just got some gas in the tank. And yeah, we'll give some updates on these two cars in the near future as well.
What's up, guys? I'm taking over for this little portion real quick just so I can show you guys what I'm doing. So as you saw Ryan mention, we're getting ready to do the dash and the door jambs. So I've got everything all masked up, everything's all cleaned up, and we're getting ready to spray. So for anyone that's curious, we're gonna be using Nason, which is not normally our first choice, but the parts store that we normally go to get paint, for some reason they could not find the Polo White code that's for the Corvette. So we went to another place that only does pretty much Nason. So we've got Nason full base, we've got the reducer, and we're gonna be using this clear coat here. And both of these are, or this is mixed 2-to-1, this is 4-to-1. So that's what we're gonna be spraying with, and I'll set up a time lapse so you guys can watch me get this thing in color real quick. Wanted to give you guys a good look at how the paint turned out. Pretty happy with it. Looks pretty slick for the most part. We might have to go over it with a real light wet sand and buff. But there's that. So, turned out pretty good. I'm digging it. And then we're on to this hard top here. And you can see down here, this right here I think is the original white, and you can see how many times they've went over it. So all this progress that I've made is literally just the first layer. So we're taking this razor blade on this handle and just kind of chipping away at it. And I'm just gonna have to probably keep doing that until I get all the way down to the gel coat, which is, or the resin, which is this right here. So just gonna keep working on it until we get it all the way down, but that's a little update for that.
So next step now is getting the paint booth all cleaned up, and we're gonna get this unmasked and get all the other areas retaped off, because now the body's ready for color, which is pretty exciting. So we'll definitely be filming the process on that. It might even be most of a video. So, and then also we got the hard top over here. We're getting stripped down to the base. So it's almost gone, and then we'll be ready to get that thing scuffed up and get it buried in stuff called slick sand. And I know some of you guys know what that is because we've mentioned it before. It's awesome. It's like sprayable Bondo, and it's really good for fiberglass. It helps fill in a lot of the imperfections and really strengthens it up as well. Okay, where we're at right now on the truck, we're getting all the wiring tied up. So before I show you, pretty neat. He's got a cool old all-state single-wheeled trailer. So a lot of you guys will probably know what that is. Really neat. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see it with the truck after it's done. But anyway, obviously it needs a little trailer harness for lights. Went ahead and installed that for him. So show you guys what I did here. Made a bracket out of 1/8 inch plate up here, kind of a Z-shaped, and added the plug in here, nut certed the plate, and put nice stainless core 20 bolts through it, so when this thing's down you never see it, and tied all the wiring up with a P-clip, and runs down under there and runs to the harness block, which is up there, which is why we're finalizing everything right now. So that's pretty neat, nice and hidden, and you don't even know it's there. So, you know, when you're behind the truck and above it, you know, you don't even know it's there. So that's where we're at with that. Gonna insert a little time lapse here of me running these sending unit wires, getting those started. So now I'm ready to take these, and I'm going to tie them in with the taillight harness and rear brakes and all that trailer stuff here. Obviously we'll loom this when it's done, but I'm gonna tie it in with that and run it up into the cab. So then we can in turn hook these up so we can have a working fuel gauge. All right, guys, got the fuel sending unit wires ran. So there they are, coming from up there all through here, and they're ready to go up through here, which goes right into the cab. So obviously they're just kind of tossed in place. And now what I'm probably going to do is clean them up, get them zip tied along there. And then after that, I'll be ready to shove them up through the cab and lower the truck down and get them up in there. And then, like I said, when I clean these up, they'll be all zip tied nice, and then we'll be able to put wiring loom over that whole harness. All right, guys, I know this one was quite the jumbled up video, but once that gasser left, it kind of threw our scheduling off. So we were kind of bouncing between a few different things. So by the next video, we'll definitely be a lot more organized and be able to stay on topic with, depending on what car I'm on, and we'll be able to get some more videos out, more specified between a car or two, instead of just having a jumbled up mess into one. But really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you liked it. We got a lot of cool cars going right now, so just stay tuned. If you like paint work, we got a lot of that going with the Mustang and the Corvette, and we got some cool mechanical work with the 33 Coupe and the 33 Plymouth truck. So yeah, just remember to like and comment on the video and subscribe. We're really enjoying getting back with you guys and talking with you in the comments as much as we can. So we're out.